Alright guys, it's going to be a little bit of a different video because Eli's not in it with me, but this is my 1999 Ford Ranger. It is an XLT. There's some trash in the bed of the truck because it is a truck. This is what the bed's meant. It's actually kind of weird with the focus. Anyways, the motor is not a 1999, it is a 1995. We swapped it from that one over there. And today I'm going to be talking about the exhaust. So there's a lot of videos for the exhaust on these trucks, but the quality is not the best and it's super shaky. They don't give much detail. I'm going to be talking about the different choices I have for the modifications. So this is it's a 3-liter V6, so you're pretty limited. You have to be smart about what you're going to do because not every one of these trucks is going to sound good. So I could go with option A, which is buy an actual flowmaster muffler. And the benefits of that is performance enhancements. Should give it more horsepower and definitely sound. It should give it like a deeper tone. It will not be too loud inside the cab. I've heard it's not that much louder outside, and it would be should be a pretty easy installation, as we can see. Second catalytic converter. Follow it back, and there's the muffler. So I'd cut right there in the front, and then make the next cut right there at the back. Put the new muffler up, slide it over the pipes, and take a U-bolt, and it goes like that over it, and on the bottom, and it just pinches together. Or I could just make one incision right there and take the rest off. I have heard what it sounds like by unbolting it right here, as many of the people who know me have probably heard, and it sounds pretty decent for a little V6, but it's very noisy in the cabin, and for passengers and comfort, that's not exactly ideal. Also, the heat could come up, the fumes coming in, it's just not safe. So, as we can see, if you can, right out there is where the pipe and the muffler meet. Now, I could chop it there, and the sound should go this way and out from this point, because if it's here where I usually unbolt it, it's going to vibrate up into the cab. That would not be good. Now the fumes will come out here, and if they're spread out, that's fine, and it will not be in the cabin. Should not be. And the sound flow out this way, and it just hit the road and stuff. It should not bounce back up into here. But if I would like to put a muffler on it, all that would do is just it'd come out like normal, the tailpipe here. So I want to know what you guys think. Should I get a muffler for it, which most of the time is not the cheapest, but is going to be worth getting? And I feel like if I'm going to do something like this, I should do it the right way. Now, I would install it myself, especially with the corona, everything going on. You're not going to be going anywhere anyway. This would be shipped in, so it'd be fine. I would just put it up on ramps, jack and jack stands in the back. It'd be a piece of cake. Or just take a sawzall, chop it right there, or angle grinder or hacksaw if I was a maniac, because that would take literally a year. But buying a muffler would cost me right around a little over $100 with the clamps included. Now, if I had a welder and I knew how to weld, I would definitely do that, because that's better. It's very solid. Now, the clamps are a great option. They're not going to fail you, but welding would probably be ideal. If you can't do that, there's nothing wrong with using a clamp. I was thinking about getting a tip for it, just because that's old and everything, but I'm like, as long as it sounds good and it runs good, that's really the main things I'm worried about, because I've already gotten a stereo put in, which I'll show you right now. It actually took me a little while to get this. So let's see, it is a Kenwood. I'm I don't know if I can fix it now. I can't go into the settings right now. But I've got it all wired in to the back with a bunch of wire nuts. It might look like a hack job, but it works, and it's not my plan to leave it. And actually, I didn't know my keys were in here, so my truck's dead. It's my bad. I didn't even know they were in here. Anyways, so I guess real quick, I'll see you guys back when I'm going to start it. I'll have to jump start it for a stock sound, and I might get somebody out here to help hold it while I rev. Now, it does sound like a car, but when I get whatever I'm gonna choose, I'll give you an after, so you guys can kind of help me out here. You can put in the comments what you would like, and I don't know if I said it or not. I probably did earlier in the video. 40 series Delta Flow. Look that up versus straight piped. There's a lot of people who are going to say, oh, straight pipes is not good because of the you have to have enough back pressure, but they're getting that confused with some other things. It would run fine. So I would like to know what you guys want. I have it in the budget to be able to get it. I'm not going to go broke. It's not going to break the bank. It's a good alternative if you have a truck and say the muffler falls out and you want it to sound good. Well, you could just slap a pipe up on there, but if you really want to do it the right way, this will be how to do it. So I'm probably going to go that route. Just let me know what you guys think, and I will probably get back to you in a little bit when I get it started up. So yeah. Alright guys, this will also be to show you how to jump start a vehicle. So make sure you have the proper jumper cables, very good to have in your truck, and so you have your negative and your positive. The positive will always be the red part, the negative will always be black. Sometimes the negative is not always black. It can be random color. The positive can be a random color. Just look on the battery for the negative and the positive symbol. So negative, positive, and yeah. So when you are jump starting a vehicle, make sure that once you have one side of the battery connected, the other two ends do not touch each other, or it will arc. And by that what that means is it'll be a bunch of sparks and you can short something out, so that's not good. I should have brought a tripod, so I'll just set you guys down until I get everything set up, and I'll show you how it's set up and how easy it is to actually do. Alright guys, now that you have your cables where they need to be set up, when you go to put it on there, you might see a spark, or can hear it. That's okay. That means you're getting voltage from the other battery. Now, you don't want to hold for very long. Once you get your car started, your alternator, if it's working correctly, will be what charges the vehicle. So, see if you're able to start it. Alright, now that you have that, you want to disconnect the battery cables so it doesn't jump back and forth unnecessarily. So go ahead and now when you take them off, again, be careful that they do not touch, so they do not arc. And once they're disconnected, you're good. You're going to want to let the car that you just jump started run for a while to recharge the battery on its own, but the car that you do not need running, which I'm in right now, it's a pretty sweet little work truck, so it'll focus in. It's manual, park and brake. This was actually the first truck I learned to drive, and the hood doesn't latch, but you have your car or truck, let it run so the battery gets recharged, and you can hear it runs good. but it doesn't sound like a truck. Like it doesn't have the potential, or it does have potential. I mean, put this down. And I'll set you guys on the hood of this truck. It's not very good, but you have to deal with it. As you can hear, most of the engine noise is from the bay. You don't hear very much noise from over here. You probably can't hear much of anything. Now that the lens is all foggy, that's because it's a very restrictive muffler. That's the point of me changing it out and everything. And a tip, always make sure you don't leave anything out. So put that up, and yeah, I'll pick you up in a little bit for a little rev test inside the cab, see how loud it is, and then maybe a little bit later with somebody recording outside. Alright guys, as you can see, we're back in the truck, and this is the stereo I was talking about. Looks pretty nice, got a USB and an input jack for an aux cord, so that's pretty cool. As you can hear, or may not hear, it's pretty quiet in here, right? The revving up is not that good, and something weird, for some reason, even though it's not a 4-cylinder, it does not have an RPM gauge. You can see it's got the fuel, it's got the temperature gauge, the speedometer is stuck at 30, but it works, it functions. I don't go on the freeway that much, so it's not. I only usually go riding through here just for in town and stuff. You know, with that being the speed limit, obviously I don't go that fast through little subdivisions. That problem is a common problem, I guess, on these Rangers, because that one has the same thing. It just for some reason the sensor goes out, and luckily we have somebody to help us now. So I'm gonna give you a little rev test inside. I'm gonna let him open up since he's gonna talk. What's up? Okay, I'm gonna do a little rev test. So what I'm gonna need you to do in a little bit is after I get done revving here, we're gonna rev on the outside, so they can hear the difference between inside and outside. Completely stock 3-liter V6. Okay, so I don't have to show you here because there's no RPMs. So we're gonna just do a little rev, and I'll let you guys listen. It sounds okay for stock, but that's pure engine. So we'll pick you up in a little bit for an outside listen, and I'll see you when we get there. Alright. I don't know what that face was, but he's going to record the exhaust really quickly because we have to go. Yep. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, 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 gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, go, go. Yep.
That was a nice one.
Alright, that's completely stopped. When we get the modified exhaust system, we'll see how that sounds, and we'll see you when, I guess, in the next video. But this should not be the same video you see the exhaust, because you're supposed to help me know what to do. So, see you later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.